Paul says that we should desire to have this gift. We should go after this thing. It's weird to say you go after a gift. Well, how do you go after a gift? Well, you ask for it. So one step of pursuit would be to ask God for the gift. And some of us go, that's weird. Why wouldn't he just give it to me? Like, God will just give it to me if he wants to. Why would I ask for it? I think the ask is really important because I think we don't just ask for what, ask for why and how. Like, tell God why you want it and tell him how you will use it. Ask God for the gift. Say, God, I want to be able to speak your words to the people around me. For this reason of love, here's how I want to use it. Because what will happen is that as you're asking for it, as you're refining what your why and how is, this isn't to like, man, how do I twist the dials so I convince God to give it to me? Although I think God gives gifts to people who will use them well. This isn't a manipulation twist of the dials. This is allowing your own prayers to refine and change you. Say, okay, my why and how needs to be dialed in to match the character of God. We're better positioned to use it well. Okay, ask God for the gift. Practice receiving God's words. Practice receiving God's words. Make a habit of reading Scripture, of spending time in the Word. And that habit can look different for different people. I've discovered it to be very helpful to listen to it, to use audio in the YouVersion Bible. Other people, I just heard somebody yesterday talking about how they've discovered it to be really helpful to read it out loud. They'll sit on their front porch and just read it out loud. And man, what if your neighbors hear you? Anyway, reading it out loud maybe would be a way to just create some sort of practice of receiving God's words through Scripture. That's God's words. Practice taking them in. Practice ruminating on them. Maybe for you just read a couple of verses. You just go through a gospel or the book of Romans. You just read a couple verses at a time and go, God, would you show me what that's supposed to mean to me? Or you just spend some time ruminating on it, if that's the step you're at. If you already have a Scripture habit, create a listening habit. That'd be a good next step for you if you don't have one, to create a habit of going to God and going, God, I'm here to listen. And then actually give time for a response, right? Like actually let your heart and mind settle in enough that you might hear a response. To say, okay, God, I'm here to listen. 3, 2, 1. Okay, didn't have anything for me today. Moving on. Just give a little time. Give a little time. And a little time for your heart and mind to be tuned in. Now, is this going to lead to a lot of awkward silences? Yep, probably. Could that awkward silence last for years? Annoyingly, yes, it could. Practice receiving God's words through Scripture and listening. And then the third one is use your words for the same purposes. Use your words for the purposes of strengthening, encouraging, and comforting the people around you. Practice being a person who says strength-giving, courage-giving, comfort-giving things. For a few reasons. One, as you do that, the words that if you're focused on that, the words that you say that are undermining and destructive and gossipy will start to stand out. And you go, ooh, I can just drop those. We can get rid of those words. And suddenly your language and conversations become more helpful. But even if God gives you this gift, you ask for it and you receive it, most of your words are still going to be yours. So line them up with the purposes of God. Be a person who says things that are strengthening, courage-giving, comfort-giving words. And if you pursue these 3 things, if you ask for it, you practice receiving, you practice using your words. Let's say you go after these 3 things because Paul said we're supposed to desire this. I'm going to desire it. I'm going to pursue it. I'm going to do these 3 things. Let's say you do these 3 things. And that very first one, God says no. Or God says nothing. The worst case scenario, if you do these 3 things, is you have become a person who is taking in truth and grace on a regular basis and is using your words to strengthen and build up other people. That's the worst case scenario, is that we become a community of people who's better grounded in truth and grace and who strengthens, encourages, and comforts one another. And yes, we believe that God will say yes to many, many people, and that gift will also strengthen, encourage, and comfort us.